One, two, three.
Check, check, check.
Testing. Testing. 1, 2.
Another payday, Chris. Another payday.
One person in that arena, they had a vested in it.
Do you want me to check again? 1, 2.
That's what we need. That's what we need. Sure, I'll take them. One Tori, I think Tori had 24 for 26 points in the second half. Where they did in the first half to kind of take you out of your game. She ended up with 26, but she only had 2 at the half, I believe. What do they do defensively? What do they do differently in the first half versus the second half when you went off 24? I think the other kid's a freshman, with the experience. Turner Cutchin, she's a freshman. The experience.
Test, test. Test 1, 2. Test.
Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. You good? Reminder, as Michigan State makes its way in, to check your cell phones, please. Put them on mute if you would. And the Michigan State locker room is open as well.
Thank you.
All right, first up for this session is Michigan State, represented by head coach Susie Merchant, student athletes Tori Jankoska and Taryn McCutcheon. Coach, would you please make an opening statement?
Well, I mean, we're disappointed. Certainly, I think that first half was not who we were as a team all year, and just, really didn't get settled in at all in that first half. But I thought our second half, I mean, especially that fourth quarter, I thought we really competed and got after a little bit and had some respectable moments. I thought, Tori's done what she's done all year for us. I mean, 26 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, just the will to win, and compete and be up for the challenge. So I was proud. I mean, I'm disappointed for her and so proud of how she's represented Michigan State for 4 years. And the season she's had has been incredible.
Questions first for just the student athletes. Chris?
Tori, you did finish with 26 points, but that first half, only 3 shot attempts. What were they doing to sort of get you out of your flow in that first 2 quarters?
Well, everywhere I went, there's 2 people on me. If I come off a ball screen, there's going to be 2 people there. But we weren't getting stops in the first half, and I get a lot of my points in transition. And when we're not getting stops, we can't get rebounds and push the ball.
Noel?
Taryn, as a freshman, can you just touch on the whole NCAA experience and how you're going to take this experience and lead a pretty young team into next season?
Yeah, it's really a blessing to get here in the first place, but obviously now we're more hungry for next year. We're not satisfied with where we got to, and we're just going to work really hard in the off-season, knowing we're young, knowing we don't have the experience a lot of other teams do, even not necessarily freshmen, but transfers and everything. We're really going to come together and be more hungry for next season.
Kirsten on the left.
Tori, obviously this isn't the way you wanted to go out, but how would you sum up your time at Michigan State and what you've been able to do for the program?
Playing at Michigan State has been a dream come true for me. Playing for Coach Merchant, playing with my teammates all 4 years. I really couldn't have asked for a better college experience than I got playing for this program.
Any other questions for the student athletes? With none, you guys are free to leave. Thank you. Questions for Coach Merchant? Jeffrey?
Susie, what do you think happened in the first half? I mean, I haven't seen a lot of y'all, but y'all just kind of looked out of sync. What exactly went on in that first half, you think?
I just didn't think anybody really wanted the ball but Tori. I didn't think we made good decisions. We turned it over too much. That was probably the biggest thing. I mean, that's what happens when you start 2 freshmen out there. I just don't think they responded well. Thought we didn't rebound at all. We didn't have one offensive rebound. We just, give them credit. I thought they got in us a little bit, and we just didn't handle that as well. And we've been practicing against it. We knew it was coming. It wasn't like it was any secret when you watch them play, how they play. I thought we would respond better. I thought we were, more prepared than what we showed in that first half. And I think they hit shots they don't hit. I mean, got kids that shoot 20% making threes. I mean, everybody in their league plays them that way, and they don't make shots. And then they played us, and they made shots. So I think that started, when Richardson hit a couple and Kiara Lewis hit a couple, and just to me, Bruner is not really a shooter. She shot 50% today from the 3. So, like, those kids, that's not their thing, So we kind of played the odds and the stats a little bit, and a lot of people have done that in the Pac-12, and it's been successful. But, I mean, they shot the 3 ball pretty well for them tonight. I mean, they shot 44%, and, that's not. So we gambled a little bit, played off kids and tried to double in the post. And I think in that first half, when those kids were hitting shots, it kind of got us off kilter a little bit.
Here in front.
Coach, just going back to what she asked Tori a couple minutes ago, what has it felt like to coach one of the great players in Big Ten history these past few years? How has it felt as a coach?
Oof, that's a loaded question, right? That's a great kid first. You need to know that. Her, I told her in the locker room, I've coached a lot of kids. I've never had anybody get more, pound for pound, ounce for ounce out of their body and their ability than that kid. She's from a small little town, and, her commitment and her passion to be great and being in the gym all the time, is, off the charts. I mean, she is incredibly competitive, and, I think we always talk about at Michigan State, when you're a Spartan, you're some kind of warrior, and that kid is a warrior. And she just represents everything that you want in a program. I don't care if she went anywhere in the country, she'd be as good as she is, because she's just, that kind of person. She took a team that really had no experience back and tons of injuries in the non-conference, and just put the team on her back. And then when Big Tens came and other people started to step up and we got a little bit healthier, I mean, now she kind of figured out how to connect with them, and other people got confidence. And just to watch her really take her experiences, and as good as she was, care about the guy to her right and her left, I think says a lot about her and the character in which she carries herself. I mean, she's a top 10 draft pick. There's no question about it. There's no doubt. Like she might not pass the eye test per this, that, and the other, but she's a winner, and people need to know that about her.
Carson.
Coach, like you mentioned earlier, the freshmen kind of had trouble in the first half, seemed a little confused on the court. But what do you think they can take away from this experience and playing on the NCAA tournament stage?
Yeah, I think it's important. I mean, we had freshmen out there a lot, with Coco and Taryn, and then Dreek played a lot. Nia was out there quite a bit. So, I mean, those kids played minutes. They've had their moments. It's about consistency, and some of them have had some injuries, but it is about consistency and bringing that mental edge and physical edge. And I think they learn. You'd like to think they were ready, but they're still freshmen, and I know they log a lot of minutes, but it's a different stage. It's a bigger situation. I thought they responded throughout the year and got better and better. And I just think that first half, they just, they were just too rattled a little bit. I normally don't take Taryn out that much, but felt like I needed to, just to get us calmed down a little bit.
Anything else for Coach Merchant?
All right,
No?
thank you.
Nice to meet you. Take care of yourself now. Any of those? You got the other ones? The Arizona State locker room is open. All right, next up is Arizona State. They're represented tonight by head coach Charlie Turner Thorne and student athletes Riley Richardson, Sabrina Haynes, and Quinn Dornstadter. Coach, would please make an opening statement.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just really proud of our team. I thought we really put it together today. You know, this is, again, the first time we've been fully healthy since November. We've got a young team, and just all the things that they knew they could do, I thought they did a great job of on both sides of the floor, really locking Michigan State down, a great offensive team. And then also just a really balanced scoring attack with everybody being aggressive. So, you know, Michigan State, it's hard when you watch them on film to know how good they are. The advantage for us with our defense is when people haven't seen us play before. And I thought, you know, if we had played them a second time, they would have adjusted because Susie Merchant is an amazing coach. But, you know, I think it is hard to play against us when you don't know how we play. And but, you know, they didn't give up. They played to the final buzzer. They made a great run at the end, so give them a ton of credit. And again, you know, I know Susie does a great job, but really proud of this team and in particular these three young ladies.
And with that, we'll take questions for the student athletes. All right, Chris.
This is for Sabrina or Riley. You guys really shut down Tori in that first half. She had 3 points, only had 3 shot attempts. What was so successful to slow her down in that first half?
Well, considering she's the amazing shooter that she is and she averages as many points as she does, I knew she was just a really good player. So we watched like a ton of film, me and my teammates, and just tried to go over every skin I could, tried to follow her, be right with her, and make it hard for her to catch the ball. And just my teammates had my back whenever she beat me or whenever I needed help or anything. So they just really helped me out with that.
Jeffrey.
Quinn, you went 6 for 6 from the field, 4 for 4 for the line. You ever had quite that perfect of a day before with that many shot attempts?
You know, I'm not even sure about that. I think it was just a good day, and I think that we all shot really well. We had a really good offensive start, and yeah, I'm not sure about history and anything like that, but yeah, I think we all just played a really good game.
And Sabrina, I was going to ask you too. You had, I think, went 3 for 4 from behind the line. Did you feel like you were going to have a good shooting night when you came out tonight?
I mean, I don't think you necessarily feel it. I think it just happens, and you get put in the position to be successful. And so thank God my teammates found me, and thank God I was able to hit it. So.
Here in front.
Quinn, I know he mentioned the perfect game, but how badly did you want this to not be the last game of your career today? You ended up playing so well.
I mean, it kind of means everything. I went into this game thinking that this is our only game that we have so far, and to get another game, to play another round, we have to earn it. And that was my mindset going into this game.
Chris.
Riley, what was your first NCAA tournament game like?
It was awesome. I know I just want to come in and execute our game plan and just play for my team and just do everything they needed me to do to get the win.
Any other questions for the student athletes? All right, you guys can leave.
They're great. They're great kids.
Questions for the coach? Over here, Chris.
Charlie, you briefly mentioned in your opening statement and had to slow Tori down. That first half, she with only 3 shot attempts. What really happened there that she wasn't getting the looks that she usually does?
Well, you know, we in the Pac-12 have some unbelievable scorers in Kelsey Plum, Again, we drew some strong comparisons to going into this game for sure. And Jordan Canada and Sydney Weiss and on and on. And honestly, we have fallen short of probably being able to do the job that we've normally done when we've had more experienced jobs. So this was just a really fun challenge for Sabrina and Robbie. And Robbie unfortunately got in pretty big foul trouble. So I really think Sabrina carried a huge load today in guarding her. And, we just tried to make her work for every touch. I thought we were prepared for everything that they were going to run. So I feel like we followed through well, took away her space, hedged hard on the on-ball screens. She got going a little bit in the second half, obviously. But if you can hold her for one half, that's probably good. But we haven't really had a true stopper this year. And Sabrina Haynes is only a sophomore. So I'm really proud of her. I think she really emerged today, and Robbie had the right mindset too. I mean, they both worked really hard. As soon as we got our opponent and knew, how good this young lady was to be stoppers. And I will be honest, we haven't been good at it this year. We've kind of not been the way Arizona State has, and we really challenged them. We got to pressure like we know how to pressure. We got to, lock down the top scorers, and that was really fun and gratifying for our coaching staff because we finally stepped up and did it.
Carson.
Coach, you mentioned Sabrina's lockdown defense, and Riley had a big scoring game. How nice is it to see your underclassmen performing on such a big stage?
Really, really nice. Obviously, well, for people that haven't followed us all year, Quinn and Sophie and Kelsey are seniors, but particularly Quinn and Sophie, we've relied almost too much on them offensively. So down the second half of the season, our guards have been looking to score more. They've been catching to shoot better. And so it's everything to us that they're playing with confidence. And they're good players, but I don't think they've been doing that all season long. So, but yeah, it bodes well for the future too. Good to see.
Jeffrey. Other side.
Charlie, it seemed like, how important was that start and that open? I think Susie said that they kind of knocked them backwards and they never were quite able to regain their footing. And plus, y'all hit some shots that typically they weren't expecting you to hit. So, how important was that opener?
Yeah, that's the first thing she said to me when we greeted at the end of the game. You guys hit everything. I'm like, yeah, I know. And honestly, this is a year where we're the returning Pac-12 champions, and we felt like everybody did that to us. And so finally, we're in a game where maybe we had players shoot a little above their percentages. But, this is what has been coming with this team all year long, just relaxing, playing to their aptitude, because I think the newness and, the pressure and stuff, and really fun to see them actually relax on the biggest stage and do what they're capable of doing. But, yeah, I kind of kept looking over at the sideline. I'm sure they were like, because, everybody doubles our post. The whole Pac-12 season, double, double, double. And the inside-out game has not been as effective, except it has been coming the last 2 and 3 weeks, and we've just been getting better and better at it. So that was fun.
Noel. Go ahead, Noel.
I will say this, I don't think anybody hit, we didn't bank anything in. I don't think we hit anything that we can't hit fairly consistently. It's just been something where, with all the newness of our team this year and people in and out of the lineup, we haven't really grown the chemistry that we would have liked to. But, Riley's a great shooter. She's just been playing way too many minutes this year. Kiana Ibis, that kid can flat out fill it up. And, we've got some people that didn't score today or didn't score much that can really fill it up too. So hopefully they saved it for Sunday.
Noel?
How do you translate a win like this to Sunday, when you play South Carolina? Are you going to take things from this game? I don't know if you watched their game earlier today, but can you draw comparisons from this game to help you guys, attack them? Or what are your thoughts on Sunday's game?
Well, yeah, we draw from every game. Obviously, we'll break down our tape and look at our rebounding effort and look at our execution and where our defensive breakdowns were. South Carolina is obviously, one of the best teams in the country. We played them last year, but we played them early, and they didn't have Davis, they didn't have Gray. They're kind of a different team. And I would say they're older and better and, have added some great players. So it will, I don't know how much of a rematch is, and then we've graduated all of our starting guards. So it'll be a very new, different game. And we do need to focus on ourselves and look at this game and what we can do better. But we also have a quick turnaround to prepare for one of the best teams in the country. And we will, and it's a different, I think, different, obviously, in a lot of ways. I think Michigan State's a good defensive team, but South Carolina, with their length and their athleticism, which we have teams in the Pac-12 that have that too. So I think, really with our team, there's nothing we haven't seen this year. So, but I think, South Carolina's playing really well, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see how we can match up and play them, and it should be an amazing atmosphere, which will be fun. And that's something that we have in the Pac-12 too, which is great.
Here in front.
Coach, just touching back on that last question she asked, can you talk a little bit about the program that Dawn Staley has built here at South Carolina? Just a few years she's taken it at such high lengths.
Yeah, wow, that's a great question, because one of my players, I think Sabrina, we're walking out from shoot around, and she's like, yeah, they really hadn't ever won until she got here, right? And I'm 28 years in this profession. I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that they really had any tradition that I can remember anyway, so I apologize if they did. But she's done an unbelievable job and incredibly quick, which is not easy to do in a BCS conference. It's very hard to advance. And, she's obviously a great coach and a great recruiter, and our next Olympic coach, and that speaks volumes. So it'll be fun to coach against her again.
Any other questions for Coach? One more over here. Chris?
Charlie, back to that first half real quick. Would you label that as your best half of the season?
I think we've had some good first halves this year. So it's up there. It's up there. We've had some 20-point leads against some other good teams, in the Pac-12 and stuff. And when we haven't even had Kelsey, we haven't been at full strength and stuff. So, but it's up there. Yeah. We definitely, I thought defensively, it was definitely one of our best halves. And I was really proud of that. Offense comes and goes, and I can't totally remember, but it was up there.
Looking, you were 17 for 29 offensively in the first half, so pretty good too.
Pretty good, yeah. Yeah.
All right, that's a wrap, folks.
Okay,
We'll
thank
see
you.
you tomorrow.